Hey guys! It's so frustrating when your friend's dating someone that you know is taking advantage of them, but they just can't see it. Well, in our first story, the guy literally makes her wear a skimpy maid outfit to go to his party. Am I the a-hole for refusing to wear a skimpy maid outfit to an exclusive party my friend got invited to? Posted by Professional Donut 296. So I, 22 female, live with my friend, also 22, and she recently met a guy at a beach party. She's pretty much obsessed with him because he comes from a well-known, well-off family in the area and has a certain level of status associated with him. She told me they were sort of dating, and obviously I've been supportive throughout all of it, as a friend. However, I've met him a few times and I don't exactly hold a favourable opinion of him. I didn't tell my friend because I wasn't fully sure of my views yet and I didn't want to be negative. Anyway, he's throwing a party soon and invited my friend. He asked her to bring me along as well. He said it was a themed party and that everyone would be assigned a character/style to wear. He sent my friend a picture of our outfits, two skimpy as hell maid costumes sprawled on a bed. I immediately told her that I was not wearing that, especially not to a party with a bunch of strangers. Initially, she thought I was kidding, but then understood that I was serious. She said that wearing these outfits isn't a big deal, and that I need to stop being so prudish and serious. I told her that it's very humiliating that this guy thinks it's perfectly fine to request two women to wear that to his party. Like, you're seriously asking two girls who are clearly not as rich as you to dress up as maids to your party? I asked her if she seriously sees nothing wrong with it, and she said no. She explained that he just has weird taste and that it might be a weird rich people thing. I told her again, I will not be wearing some skimpy little maid costume. Not only is it embarrassing, but it's extremely disrespectful to me because I don't have any sort of meaningful relationship with this guy, and yet he thought it was appropriate to include me in this request. I told her that I won't be wearing the clothes, I won't be going to the party, and from now on, will avoid her new boyfriend altogether. We had a massive argument, and she said that I'm being lame, boring, and not a supportive friend. She said that instead of helping her, I'm ruining everything and being a killjoy. When she told the guy that I'm refusing to participate, he even asked her if getting paid for it would change my mind. Oh my god. That makes it even worse. Apparently, he told her that I have the right attitude, which makes no sense because I've been combative this whole time, and that his friends would love to get to know me. The F! I'm just getting angry typing this. I was pretty upset and told my dad about the situation. The party's tomorrow night, and my friend decided to go alone, and she's not really talking to me right now. Am I the a-hole, or is she? I feel strangely guilty, even though I'm just standing up for my boundaries. You realize you're not actually invited as a guest, right? You're just there as party favors for the boys. I would say he was cheap, not paying for his party's entertainment, but scratch that. He even offered to pay! Oh my god! Not the a-hole. I hope your friend wisens up soon. Am I the a-hole for refusing to let my sister move in after she called the cops on me over my car? Posted by Mixed Crystal. I, 20 female, have been living on my own for about 2 years. When I first moved out, my dad gave me his old car to help me get around. It wasn't in great shape, but he said as long as I covered the insurance and repairs, it was mine. Over the past 2 years, I've put a lot of money into keeping it running, so it feels very much like my car at this point. Last week, my older sister Anna, 21 female, asked if she could move in with me temporarily because she broke up with her boyfriend and has nowhere else to go. I was hesitant because we've never been super close, but I agreed. Family is family, right? But 2 days later, I got a call from the police saying my car has been reported as stolen. I was in total shock. After a long, stressful back and forth, I found out that it was Anna who reported me. Apparently, she'd called my dad first, trying to guilt him into taking my car back so that she could have it. When that didn't work, she went straight to the cops, claiming I had stolen it. Well, that's an interesting choice. She begged for a favour from someone that she's not even that close with because she had nowhere else to go. Then pulls a stunt like this? Okay. Luckily, my dad backed me up and cleared up everything with the police. But it was embarrassing and scary to even be in that situation. When I confronted Anna, she admitted it, but said, I didn't think it would go that far and just wanted to teach you a lesson about sharing. Are you kidding me? I told her there's no way she's moving in after pulling something like that. But now she's blowing up my phone, calling me selfish and immature, and even got some family members involved. They're saying I need to be the bigger person because she's going through a tough time, but I feel like letting her move in would be insane after this. Am I being too harsh? Not the a-hole. You're just teaching her a lesson about not biting the hand that feeds her. Am I the a-hole for leaving a family gathering and taking the cake with me after getting my feelings hurt? Post by Def's Not a Rich Bitch. I, 27 female, hit 1 year sober from alcohol at the beginning of the year. This was a huge accomplishment for me. It was bigger than me finishing college. I told my family that the next time we were together for a family dinner, I had something to celebrate. This all happened at my mother's. The kids were playing and the adults were hanging out. I took the moment to share that I'd reached 1 year sober and how good I felt about it. They went with, oh, that's what you're talking about? And has it been a year already? I'm embarrassed to admit, but I hope that someone would say that they're proud of me. My brother-in-law Steve looked at my sister and they both said, well, at the same time. And she said, since we're all here, niece just got into a specific gymnastics thing. It's been a long road, but she did it. Steve popped some wine they'd brought and started giving everyone a glass. He made eye contact with me and his face fell. I had this gnawing feeling, so I got up from the table and took a walk. I tried to get through the moment mentally so I could be present for my niece to celebrate her success. But when I got back to the house, my sister asked me why I left without saying anything. I said I just needed a minute for myself. She looked at me funny and said, okay. I said I'd shared something I'm really proud of and she just bulldozed over it. My mum put her hand up and asked me what my news was. I said that I'd told them I'd hit 1 year sober. Mum said my generation always wanted praise for doing the bare minimum, that wasn't an accomplishment, it was just what I needed to do, like graduating high school. Oh jeez. OP, I'm proud of you. You made it through an entire year without drinking with that family? That's one hell of an accomplishment. I tried to make it through dinner, but I found myself just not in the mood anymore. I decided to go home. Here's the thing I'm being called an a-hole for. I'd brought a small berry cake, my favourite, to share after dinner. It was the thing I decided I'd earned. The kids had definitely seen it. On my way out, I decided to take it home with me. I guess when they realised the cake wasn't in the garage fridge anymore, my sister called to ask me why I took it. I said because it was my cake to celebrate my accomplishment. She said word for word, "Are you effing serious? Oh my god, Emma, grow up! You're such an effing baby!" My mum later texted me directly to tell me just how disappointed she was that I threw a tantrum because my niece got more attention than me. I don't think her read of what happened is right, but that's why I'm asking you guys. Am I the a-hole because I took home the cake in the end? Was that really childish of me, considering the kids saw it and then didn't get any? As I was putting on my shoes to leave, Steve found me and directly apologised and said that he was completely oblivious in the moment. I know he didn't do anything intentionally to hurt me. Not the a-hole. If they can't celebrate with you, then they don't get to eat your cake. Oh my god, people are pointing out something that I didn't even notice down in the comments. They gave everyone wine to celebrate, which automatically excludes OP, as she's alcohol sober. Okay, seriously? I'm starting to see why you had a problem to begin with. Might be worth giving yourself some space from them for a while, and see if your mental health improves. Am I the a-hole for telling a coworker he should teach his daughter some tact? I, 32 female, work in an office with my coworker Ken, 40 male, who has a daughter Esme, 15 female. Ken and I are friendly, we've worked together for years, and over the last year or so, I've been trying to open the door to something romantic. I was being very obvious, but it never went anywhere, and I thought it was because he was clueless. A few weeks ago, Esme came to the office to have lunch with Ken. It was sweet. She was polite to everyone in the office, including me. They visited for about half an hour before I went to take my lunch. I always come in and ask Ken if he wants to join me for lunch, and I knew his daughter would be leaving soon, so I did the same as I always do. He said no, which is no big deal. Sometimes he says no, sometimes he says yes. I asked if he was sure, and he said he was, and I asked, "Are you sure you're sure?" sort of teasingly. His daughter spoke up and said, "He said he's sure," and things got a little awkward. No one said anything, but Ken looked shocked. I said I was just asking, and she told me to take a hint, and then Ken finally told her to stop. She said, and I quote, "It's not my fault she doesn't understand at her big age." I ended up crying. We didn't talk for a while, and I steered clear of him. Last week, I finally talked to him about it. He apologised, and we talked a little more openly about stuff. Ken hasn't dated since his divorce 11 years ago, and he doesn't plan to. He said he's been happily uninvolved since then, and he doesn't want that to change anytime soon, if ever. He told me he knows I'm interested, but he doesn't return the feelings. We're okay. It was an adult conversation, and all went well. This is where things turned sour. I told him I understood, and I apologised for pushing, and I asked why his daughter treated me the way she did. He apologised, but said she was protective of his choices. She knew that he wasn't interested in anyone, and he'd expressed his discomfort around my flirting to his family. I told him that that still wasn't validation for how she spoke to me, and that he needed to teach her some tact, as ultimately, I'm someone being rejected by the person I had feelings for. She should have been polite and treated me with empathy. It was like his mood changed on the spot. He started talking about how he prides himself on being a single father and raising a strong, intelligent daughter. I apologised immediately for offending him and said I just felt like she was brash. He ended the conversation and we haven't spoken since. Lately, I've noticed some people giving me the cold shoulder. Finally, I asked a friend what's up, and she told me that some people thought it was wrong of me to have said that to Ken. I left it alone and figured it'd blow over, but I've had this nagging feeling in my stomach since then. I think a part of me is looking for some reassurance, or maybe just laying it out in front of me to be clear in my head. I think I just need an outsider's perspective. Well, you're not gonna like it. How do you write all this out and still think, yep, I'm the victim here? You've been sexually harassing this poor man for a year, to the point where he actually vents to his family about it. Yet you think his daughter standing up for him and telling you to back off is rude? It wasn't cute to come interrupt his lunch with his daughter the first time. And apparently someone had to say something, since you still didn't get the hint after the second and third rejection. He's not the one that's clueless, lady. Just leave this poor man alone. Am I the a-hole for ruining my sister's proposal by telling everyone the truth? Post by Slutty Daisy. So I, 20 female, was home for Christmas, and my sister Kaylee, 26 female, got engaged to her boyfriend Jake, 28 male. It happened during Christmas dinner at my grandma's cabin, and everyone was so emotional. Tears, clapping, the whole vibe. Except it wasn't as perfect as Kelly made it seem. 2 days before the proposal, Jake came to me freaking out. Turns out Kaylee gave him an ultimatum, propose by the end of the year, or she'd leave him. She even bought herself her own ring and handed it to him, telling him to use it. Jake wasn't ready and clearly felt trapped. I told him it sounded super messed up, but he said he doesn't know what else to do. At dinner, Jake got on one knee, and Kaylee acted totally shocked. She kept going on and on about how surprised she was. And I couldn't hold it in anymore. I said, surprised? You literally forced him and gave him the ring. Jake looked relieved, but Kaylee started crying and stormed out. Now my whole family is mad at me for ruining her big moment. Jake privately thanked me, but Kaylee won't speak to me, and my mum says that I'm the a-hole for embarrassing her in front of everyone. So, am I the a-hole? Yeah, this is definitely fake, but it's hilarious, so I don't care. With so many AI-generated stories on Reddit now, it's sometimes hard to tell which stories are real and which ones are fake. I did a whole video of absolutely insane stories where we try to guess which ones are real and which ones are fake. Click here to watch and let me know which ones you think might actually be real. See you next time.